Mean deviation is a measure of dispersion used to identify how far the values in a dataset are from the central point of the data. It is defined as the average of the absolute deviations of the data from the central point. And this central point could be the mean, median, or mode of the dataset. So we could simply classify mean deviation into three. The first is mean deviation from the mean. The second is mean deviation from the median. And the third is mean deviation from the mode. For mean deviation from the mean, this is the average of the absolute deviations of the data points from the mean of the data. This is the most common type of mean deviation. Depending on the type of data, we can have mean deviation for ungrouped data as well as that of grouped data. For the ungrouped data, it is given by the formula sigma modulus x subscript I minus x bar divided by n. Here, sigma represents the sum of values from the first value to the last value, which is n. The double lines here is the symbol for absolute values, and this is called modulus. It allows us to take the absolute values of anything between these lines. So the absolute differences between each data value, which is denoted as x subscript I, and the mean denoted as x bar. Lowercase n here represents the total number of values. Great. For group data, we know that group data could either be in discrete or continuous distribution. And so the mean deviation from the mean is given by this general formula, sigma f subscript I modulus x subscript I minus x bar divided by sigma f subscript I. This formula is very similar to the one for ungrouped data. The only difference is the addition of the f subscript I. So for discrete distributions, f subscript I is the frequency of occurrence of each data value. But for continuous distributions, f subscript I is the frequency of the occurrence of each class. Alright, while x subscript I denotes the mid value of each class interval. Easy peasy. Now if you want to learn how to apply this formula, then check out the link in the description of this video. Now let's go to the mean deviation from the median. So the mean deviation from the median for ungrouped data is equal to sigma modulus x subscript I minus m all divided by n. So it's a similar formula like before. Here, m represents the median of the data. Awesome. For group data, mean deviation from the median is given by the formula sigma f subscript I modulus x subscript I minus m divided by sigma f subscript I. So for discrete frequency distributions, f sub I represents the frequency of each data value, while for continuous frequency distributions, it's the same formula as discrete frequency distributions, right? But f subscript I is the frequency of occurrence of each class. And the m here is the median of the group data, which has its own separate formula. You can see the video in the description to know how to calculate median for grouped data. Awesome. So we have 4 formulas already. Let's go into the mean deviation from the mode. Now the mean deviation from mode can be defined as the average of the absolute deviations of all data points from the mode of that data. For ungrouped data, it is given by sigma modulus x subscript I minus m subscript o divided by n. Here m subscript o represents the mode. So like before, for group data, the mean deviation from the mode is given by the formula sigma f subscript I modulus x subscript I minus m subscript o divided by sigma f subscript I. Specifically, for discrete distributions, f sub I is the frequency of occurrence of each data value, i.e. the frequencies of x subscript I. For continuous frequency distributions, it is still the same formula like before, but f sub I denotes the frequency of occurrence of each class, and m subscript o is the mode of the grouped data, which has its own separate formula for group data. Now check out the video description if you want to learn how to calculate the mode for group data. Awesome. So in summary, we now know that mean deviation is a measure of dispersion used to identify how far the values in a data set are from the center point of the data. It is the average of the absolute deviations of the data from the central point of the data, and this central point could either be the mean, median, or mode of the data set. We outlined all the formulas for calculating the mean deviation for ungrouped as well as group data which is divided into discrete and continuous distributions. Now, if you want to see how these formulas are used to solve real-life problems, then feel free to watch this video as well as this other video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And check out my channel for more awesome statistical contents. And as always, thanks for watching.